Morning, dear students and friends. Welcome back to the Prithviraj English Academy. In this video, we are going to come to know about our social studies series for Karnataka State Board. And especially in this video, we are going to start it about 10th standards, chapter number 17. It's a first chapter in the second semester textbook of the 10th standards. Part number 2 from the history. So chapter name is called The First War of Indian Independence 1857. Okay. The Revolt of 1857. It is India's first war of India's first war of independence. It is so or it is not. We will come to know in this context. Okay. So without a delay, let's start the explanation related to the what? The First War of Indian Independence 1857, chapter number 17. The syllabus got revised by the 2024 and 25. So Revolt 1857. So in this unit we will come to know about the causes for the First War of Independence. Then next, immediate cause for the revolt. Then third one, spread of the revolt and its nature. Then fourth one is failure of the revolt and its effects. We will come to know here. Okay, now come to the mutiny, a rebellion by soldiers against their commanders. In 1857, Indian Sepoy rebelled against the British East India Company. Mutiny means you come to know. Then second one is 1857 India. Considered India's first war of independence. Why we are going to call it first war of independence? We'll come to know. My first to the introduction in that background. British expanded their rule using two things. One is doctrine of subsidiary alliance. Already about this one you came to know in a second chapter of this, the extension of the British rule. Then the doctrine of love fallacy, about that also he came to know. Okay, these two things. Along with that, Arms Act they have introduced, and appointments of the Inam Commission also created this dissatisfaction among the Indians. Indians felt exploited and betrayed. They surfaced as 1857 revolt. And Indian historians are going to call this incident as the first war of Indian independence. Indian historians are going to call it as a first war of Indian independence. But at the same time, the British historians will going to call it as a Sepoy mutiny. It is a Sepoy mutiny according to the British historians. Okay, you have to remember this. Okay, now come to the next one. It is about I hope you are understanding my point. Okay, so there is a possibility to ask you a question. These things. Okay, Indian historians are going to call this incident only as a first war of Indian independence, and British are going to call it as a it is the first war of Indian independence. It is only the Sepoys, means soldiers only participated in this one, so it is Sepoy mutiny they said. Okay, 1857 revolt. Okay, either it is mutiny or first war of independence. Okay, now come to the here is the people. Okay, who was introduced this thing, doctrine of lapse and the this and subsidy alliance. Now come to the causes for the revolt. Yeah, causes for the first war of Indian independence. First one, political causes. First, very important, doctrine of lapse introduced by the Lord Dalhousie. Okay, lapse. According to that, Satara, Jaipur, Jhansi, Udaipur, etc. were going to merge by the British. Got merged these areas. Okay. Then Dalhousie, according to this doctrine of love policy, was cancelled the princely titles of the Nawabs of the Tanjore and the Carnatic. Tanjore and the Carnatic. Okay. Next. Nawab of Oudh, Oudh means today's Uttar Pradesh, and Mughal Sultan dethroned. Very good. We removed them from the power. Okay. Lakhs of soldiers and employees native states become unemployed. Huh? Those are here. Means those are the soldiers in Nawab of the Oudh, Delhi Sultan, sorry, Mughal Sultans, Tanjore, Carnatic. The soldiers became the unemployed here. Inam Commission. Inam Commission. If there is no proper properties or documents, then that document, the such land will going to merge with the British. It's called the Inam Commission. Okay, it was appointed by the British. Now come to the, here it is. The picture will going to speak everything. Means about the whole 1857 we will come to know by this picture only. Okay, causes in that. Okay. Now move to the next. Here it is. Bahadur Shah II, who got dethroned by the Britishers. Now come to the economic causes. First is industrial revolution in England. Indian handicrafts and the cottage industries were collapsed. Textile and wool industries severely affected by this one. Textile and the wools. Okay, along with that, craftsmen and artisans lost the livelihood. Heavy taxes on Indian goods sold in England. Whatever the goods we are going to sell in England, that will be, you have to pay heavy taxes to the British government. Jamindari system, landlords exploited the farmers. Already about this thing we came to know. Taluka's right to collect taxes withdrawn. Taluka rights were going to withdrawn by the Britishers. Farmers gifted land means Inam lands were going to taking back by the Britishers. These all things were going to be cause for the financial hardship for the Indians. Okay, here it is causes, outbreak, why it is failed, results also. Okay. Now come to the administrative causes. Third one. New civil and criminal laws imposed, and these are going to only applicable to the Indians. These laws were going to only applicable to the Indians only. English became the language of the courts. Very good point. You have to remember this one. What is that? English became the language of the courts. Okay. Now move to the next one. British judges favored towards the British only. Injustice for the Indians. They are always going to have the favor towards the British only. Common people were not going to understanding the new rules and regulation because it is there in English. Okay. Now come to the next one. Fourth one, it is military causes. Next one is military causes. Next one is military causes. The poor means Indian soldiers' condition were poor of the Indian soldiers. Salary, promotion and facilities were inferior compared to the British soldiers. Salary, promotion, this everything will going to get by the means heavily got by the Britishers, and Indians are going to be inferior. They are going to force to cross the oceans, and this will be the against the religious belief of the Indians. Okay, New Enfield rifle. These are the cottages. These are the cottages. Okay, cottages. These are going to greased with a cow and pig fat. This is very important. These are things to remember. It is here. The cow and the pig's fat. We are going to greased it. Okay, cow is holy for the Hindus and pig is be offensive to the Muslims. Means pig will going to consider by themselves it is a not so good. Okay, for the Muslims. This hurt the religious sentiments and led to the unrest. Next, immediate cause. at Barakpur. Barakpur will be located in a today's West Bengal. A soldiers were going to refuse to use the greased cottages. In that thing, Mangal Pandey killed a British officer. Mangal Pandey, the Indian soldier who was killed the British officer to oppose the use the greased cottages. And he got arrested by the Britishers and he got hanged by the Britishers. Mangal Pandey. So, Mangal Pandey, right? And after at the Meerut, soldiers disobeyed orders and were imprisoned. Whatever the orders here they are going to give to the Meerut also, soldiers were not going to using them. So they go, means they are going to imprison the soldiers. Revolt broke out. Here the revolt was going to break out. So through that, prisoners were released by the Indians. Means prisoners means our Indians are going to kept in a jail. Those are going to released by the our Indian rebellions, and rebellions marched towards the New Delhi. And they once they reached the New Delhi, they had declared Bahadur Shah II as the emperor of the India. Okay, and revolt spread after to the Kanpur, Jhansi, Lucknow, and Gwalior. Meerut, Jhansi, and Kanpur, and from Kanpur to Meerut. Okay, this is what. Now come to the next. Here it is Mangal Pandey's picture. It is. Okay, now move to the spread of the revolt. After this one, after the Barkpur and after the Meerut, the revolt means rebellions they marched towards the New Delhi. So first is New Delhi. Revolt began. Bahadur Shah II declared the emperor by the Indians. Kanpur, Nana Sahib led the revolt, assisted by the Tatya Tope. Okay, because he is there in a Jhansi. After that he came to the Kanpur. Okay. Rani Lakshmibai led the revolt against the British, fought the bravely and later killed in the battle only. Now come to the Lucknow. Strong resistance later taken over by the British only. Gwalior was going to captured by the Rani Lakshmibai and Tatya Tope. Later it is recaptured by the British. Okay, this is the map we are going to explain you. Okay, Kanwar Singh and the Nana Sahib, Jhansi Rani Lakshmibai, Tatya Tope. The Indian struggle against the British. Reasons for the failure. Why it got failure? Revolt did not spread to the entire India. First point. It is not a national struggle aimed at the protecting the local interest only. The main aim of this one is not national. Okay, it is by the only locals. Okay, erupted due to the sudden reasons, means it got failure because the sudden reasons, not organized first. Lack of unity among the Indian soldiers versus unity among the British soldiers. Okay, no proper leadership, strategy or planning for the Indians. Many provincial kings remained loyal to the British in a Second World War, First Anglo-Mysore War, Second Anglo-Mysore War, Third Anglo-Mysore War. You maybe saw that there is no unity only. Looting and erosion by the soldiers reduce the public support. Okay, now come to the next effects of the revolt. First one, end of the East India Company rule. Okay, here it is. First one only. Okay, then second one. End by the East India Company rule and administration taken over by the British Crown in a year of 1858, means directly Queen only going to started ruling over the India. Queen's proclamation of 1858, India's Magna Carta we are going to call it as. According to that, exacting agreements with the Indian kings respected, no further expansion by adding merging the states. Stable government promise was given by the British. Equality before the law, this was going to assured by the Britishers. Religious tolerance and the non-interference in the local religious guarantees. Now come to the effects of the revolt, means 2 got over. Now come to the third. British realized the peaceful rule required support and the trust of the Indians. Indians realized the need for the organization alternative routes for the freedom. The revolt showed the seeds of the Indian nationalism and future independence struggle. Now come to the conclusion. Though the revolt of 1857 be failed, it was the first major uprising against British rule. It marked the beginning of the organized freedom struggle, inspiring to future generations to fight for the independence. So thank you so much, my dears, for watching this video. If you have any doubt, any suggestion, then please comment and like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, my dear. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.